welcome everybody. Thank you for attending my first session with you. Libby's really grateful that you can all make it as well. First thing I'm going to do is get you to sign your attendance sheet for me, just so we know you're here and you can get your certificates. When we are done, my name is Beck, and thank you for having me. I've already taken the liberty of writing your name to sign this side for me. A little bit about my background. So I am a qualified hairdresser, had my own business for a few years. I was a singer in hospitality as well. Moved to California for 6 years, and now I'm in training. I've got my Cert 4 in training and assessment, and that's why Libby's asked me to come and be here with you today. So just pass that around for me. And then I'm going to give you a little handout. Are you ready? Yeah. So what we're going to learn today, if you can just look on your PowerPoints, I've given you your copies. I'll go through each of these pages with you. So because I don't have my projector here, I couldn't get that resource today. I've given you copies of all of the PowerPoint sessions. So this is your first one. So we'll go through all this together. Next to that, I've got a workbook that we'll go through together, write a few basic answers on. Next to that, I, by law, have to give you copies of all the WH legislations. Thank you, Matt. So we've got some consumer law, we've got some privacy acts, and then we've also got some hygiene. So by law, I have to give you copies of those. You can take them home. Your workbook will be with you for the 3 sessions that we're going to train. So make sure you keep them with you, or take them home and then you can just bring them back. So today I'm here to teach you a little bit about researching and using hairdressing information. So you've got your laws and your privacy acts next to you, which are really important within our industry. Everything's being updated constantly. I'm going to hand you out now a little chopped caramel slice recipe. And the reason why I'm doing this is because when we're talking about different laws, legislations, thanks Jez, even working in a salon, I mean we have rules, don't we? And with rules there's steps. So I like to correlate it to a little recipe. That is one of my favourites. Thanks Eliza. And what we need to do, I guess, with a recipe is go step by step. And if we don't follow the rules and the steps of the recipe, it's not going to turn out, is it? So it's going to taste pretty yucky. The same with rules, laws, legislations. If we don't follow the rules, we're going to get in trouble, aren't we? Nothing to do with taste, but we will get in trouble. And as a business owner, Libby wants me to come in and really define how important it is that we know all about our new laws, our legislations and our rules. Okay? So let's move on. Put my next slide up, bear with me. Okay, so today you're going to find out where, how, and why we need to keep updating industry information. You've got your workbook and your portfolio in front of you. As I said, you've already got your rules and your laws in front of you as well. And what I want you to do along the way, I'm going to keep it very simple. Basic. If you've got questions, please don't hesitate. Put your hand up or just say, Beck, can you re-explain? Can you re-demonstrate? Or I don't understand. So is everyone okay? With that, everyone can hear me? Everyone can see me? Excellent. All right. So what we're going to do also, before we start, I need to do a little bit of housekeeping. So the toilets are down to the left and then also down the hall. Your emergency exits are out the front, out the back, and the laundry to the side as well, okay? And can all phones be turned off? Please, just so we don't get interrupted. Okay, so let's identify sources of information on the hairdressing industry, hairdressing and barbering industry. Let's move on to slide 3. If you want to turn this your copies, you can, or if you can see me up the front here, you're more than welcome to do that as well. Okay? So we need to continually update information, don't we? Especially today's world, laws and regulations and legislations are always changing, and we always have to follow the rules, don't we? Can anyone tell me or think where you'd find information on the hairdressing and barbering industry? Mel, can you tell me anything that you might?
Online.
Online? Yeah, internet rules the world, doesn't it? Yeah. Matt, where do you think you might be able to find some information?
Manuals.
Manuals, yes. Many manuals inside a salon, isn't there? Jen, what do you think? Where do you think?
Just like co-workers or in the workplace?
Yeah, excellent. Good one. Jez, what about you? Where do you think you might find
Training
information?
courses.
Training courses, that's why we're here today, isn't it? Fantastic. So you can see on your PowerPoint, it's giving you all of those relevant answers, isn't it? So we've got internet, we've got trade and fashion magazines as well. Even though magazines are a little bit outdated now with the internet, we still can access them, can't we? Training courses and also your representatives. So when your representatives bring in new products or colours, you know, they actually have to leave the information in the salon, don't they? So you can actually access them and read them, and you have every right to, and you're entitled to do that. Okay? So let's move on. I can make my little mouse work. Okay. So what important things do you think we need to know about our industry? And they can be, well, fun, but they can also be required. So can anyone tell me any? I've just got a little prompt up here you can see on your slides. So what do you think? You can see a guy slipping over. So what do we need to know about so we don't hurt ourselves?
Safety.
Safety.
Occupational health and safety.
Fantastic. Anything else that we might need to know? What about latest trends? As
Yeah.
stylists and barbers, we need to know about that too, don't we?
Yeah, your social media.
Yep, fantastic. So, if we move on. Where do we find important information? We've already spoken a little bit about that. So we find it internet, good Leanne, thank you. Social media, magazines, workplace. And some of the things we need to know, which I've got beside you, are your consumer laws, aren't they?
And Privacy Act.
Privacy Acts and WH&S regulations, don't we? All right. So what I'm going to do, we're going to do a little activity now. We're going to actually go online because it's up to us to also update our information on our industry, isn't it? Especially with codes of practice that change all the time. So what I'm going to do is get you to, obviously you're in your pairs, and obviously Mel and Olivia and Jez, you're in a trio, which is fine because Sarah's off today. So Sarah was going to join us, but she's off sick. So what I'm going to do is we're going to get onto the internet and we're going to look up, and I'm going to come around and just have a look at all of you do this too. But if someone wants to do it to start with, and then I'll come around. So we're going to look up www.health.newsouthwales.gov.au, and it is on the copies of your PowerPoint next to you as well. Mine's taking its time. Is anybody's up yet?
Yep.
Excellent. All right, there we go. Let me just come around. Yep, and you can just press go there. Fantastic. Okay. So the Australian Government Department of Health. So this is one site where we can find the information. Very good, guys. Excellent. That we need to know. Very good. Very, very good. Okay. So all industries need to know about their WH&S. It doesn't matter what industry you work for. You could be a fitter, you could be a mechanic, but you always need to know where to find your information and always keep updating it. And it's your employer's responsibility to do that also, but also we need to take some responsibility in doing that as well so we don't get hurt in the workplace as well. All right, so what we're going to do is go to our workbooks now. So if you can open up your workbook to the first page. All right, I've got my little workbook too. Maybe not for them. So basically you've got your workbook and you can't find it. Okay, so let's go through through question 1 together, shall we? So the question is, where do you think you would find information on and about the hairdressing industry? Can anybody tell me some of those answers?
Online?
Yep, online, internet, fantastic.
Hairdressing professionals.
Hairdressing professionals, co-workers, magazines,
Social media?
social media, good one Olivia, suppliers,
Training courses.
training courses, big one now. Everyone's always at training courses, aren't they, for everything.
Yep.
Okay, so we've got our product reps, we've got our suppliers, our workplace. I just need to jot down a few of those answers. Question 2, is everybody right to move on? Okay, what important things do you think we need to know about in the hairdressing and barbering industry? Now, as I said, they can be fun or they can be very important.
Safety.
Safety, good one, Matt, excellent. So you've got your safety, your WH&S.
Fashion and latest trends.
Excellent, fashion, latest trends.
Hygiene?
Hygiene, yeah, good one, Jen.
Consumer laws.
Yep, all your laws, consumer law, legislation, that's why I've had to give you those copies today because they are 100% important, aren't they?
Privacy Act?
Privacy, you bet, you bet. All right, does anybody have any questions before we move on? No concerns, everyone can hear me, not talking too fast. All right, excellent. Now, I'm just going to go through what we just did. So, pretty simple. Yep. So the objectives we just covered are, we identified sources of information in the hair and barbering industry. We identified where we find and how we find information. And then we also looked at types of information that we think is important in our industry, didn't we? Okay. Let's move on. Okay, now we're going to access information about industry structure and operation and use it to assist with our sales and our services. So we're going to use knowledge to enhance our own performance in our workplace industry. Okay. Okay, so Libby has given me the honour of her little hierarchy chart, and I've also got a copy of your team member handbook with your service system and everything in there. So if you haven't got a recent one, you're more than welcome to have a look through that as well. Okay, so every business has a structure, doesn't it? So you've always got a boss, maybe a manager, and then so on, so on, so on, so on. So if you have a little look, this is the Just Liberated Georgetown Salon organisational chart. So you've got Libby at the top, you've got your coordinator, assistant coordinator, receptionist, then comes the clients, hairstylists level 1 to 5, and then the suppliers. Okay? Tells you what, who's the boss, who you need to go to if you've got problems. You know, if you're not going to go to your receptionist if you've got something really major to talk about, you're going to go to your coordinator or Libby. Okay? So it's essential in any business structure. So it tells you who's responsible for specific operations within the salon running day to day. Okay, so it's pretty straightforward. As I said, it's in your team member handbook. Okay, let's go to the next slide, which is number 8. Okay, let's talk about operational day-to-day running of the salon. What skills do you think are required in our industry that make a great hairdresser or a great barber?
Communication.
Communication, fantastic. What else?
Training.
Training. What do we need to be able to do within the cutting? What else do we need to do?
Styling.
Styling, yeah.
Yep, like use the products. and product
So
knowledge.
absolutely, so we're utilising our skills, aren't we? So it's really skill-based, okay? And also another thing I'd like to point out is we need to have really good listening skills, don't we? Because we need to listen to our clients, okay? We need to be reliable, we need to be honest, we need to be caring. So we've got all the technical stuff, but we also need to be good people, don't we? So our clients keep coming back to us, okay? What about from a business perspective? So how would you let customers know where your salon is, do you think? Advertising. Good one, Olivia. What are some types of advertisement that we can? Flyers.
Business cards.
Business cards.
TV ads.
TV. Excellent.
Radio.
Radio.
Social media.
Like
Social media.
Newspaper, the older people read newspapers still.
Yeah.
Yeah, word of mouth.
Yeah, word of mouth.
Huge word of mouth.
Internet, people sort of Google salons near me and reviews. They look at
Yeah.
reviews if they're decent.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You bet. Online, people are reading reviews all the time, so you
Oh,
want good
yeah.
ones, don't you? You don't want the bad ones. So, all right, let's move on to slide number 9. Okay. So, before I just move on, I just want to. Operational means what's involved in the day-to-day running of the salon, isn't it? So it's everything involved. So, from the client walking in the door, being greeted, to being able to use the computer, to knowing how to shut the salon, to knowing what holidays you're having, to what pay, what hours, so many aspects. And they're essential to any business structure, aren't they? Yeah. So, all right, can anyone give me, I just ran through a few, so can anyone give me some more examples of what else you think operational procedures are in the running of the salon day to day?
Stock take.
Stock take.
Inventory.
Fantastic. Holidays, wages?
Just your
Policies and
roster.
procedures.
Yeah, roster that you're on.
Yeah.
So you know what days you're going to be doing to rebook, build a clientele. If you're everywhere all over the place, it's very hard to do a business structure for yourself, for your clients. So,
Absolutely.
yeah.
Yeah, good one.
So-
And what about like what you need to know if there's an emergency?
Yeah, you need to know all your emergency
Policies and procedures.
Yeah.
everything in place.
Yeah, that's a big one, isn't it? So, if a client, for example, is injured, just liberated, like we have a policy, don't we? So you need to fill out an accident report, and then you need to put it in the operations box underneath the desk, okay, under messages, so that Libby can then deal with the situation and make sure that everything's being handled the way it should be, okay? Right, let's move on to slide 10.
I think your numbers are a little different to, is that right or no? No, they're the same. That's
No.
You're
Yep.
right, you're right.
Yep, no, that's okay. I was hoping they would. Yeah, that's the slide number. Sorry, Jen. Yeah, there's a page number and a slide number. Yeah. Okay. So now let's look at how all of this newfound information that I've just given you assists with our sales and our services. At Just Liberated, if you know what's required of you and you know how the day-to-day stuff works, makes your day run smooth, doesn't it? So you're not kind of guessing or asking questions. You know what to do as soon as you walk in the door. And that's one of the reasons Libby's designed her service system, so everybody knows exactly what they need to do and who to go to if they need help. Okay? If you've got your policies and procedures, it makes you feel confident, competent, and ready to do your job. And your clients feel that as well, don't they? They really do.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's why Libby again, and she wants me to really confirm why she got into building and making this service system, and she's a Global Business Award winner, and that's why. Because consistency of service from the moment you walk in, whether you're a client or you're an employee, people know what they're going to expect when they walk in, don't they? Okay, so it creates clarity for your clients. So if you have a look at number 10, I've done a little consistency because Libby really focuses on consistency. So happy employees equal happy clients, don't they? And what we do need to do is give them what? The knowledge of up-to-date trends.
Yeah.
We need to inspire, don't we? It's our job. We need to build trust, build confidence. And by doing all of these things, what do? We form relationships. And that brings people back to your business, doesn't it? She's very clever with what she's organised, so, okay? And that creates a successful business for her, you know. And it's not only about the business for her, but it's about having happy employees, because without you, she's not going to have a successful business, is she? Okay? So, together, what new, current, important knowledge and skills do we need to assist with sales and services? What are we talking about here? It's just right in front of you. So what do we need to do to have successful running of with your clients every day What do you need to be able to give them to make your services successful? You need to give them,
Or form a relationship with your client.
yeah, we need to give them the latest trends, don't we? It's very, you know,
Yeah.
we need to give them the information,
Yeah.
you know, and it's up to us to give them the information
Yeah.
on the new trends, the latest colours, the latest products. If there's any training courses you've been to, tell them. Give them all the information because they love it. They're like, oh, you know, my stylist is really takes her job seriously, you know, and don't be ashamed to tell them. It's like years ago, you go to the hairdressers, the products were behind the shelf, weren't they? And then you'd just put some in and you'd be like, you know, and Betty would go, oh, my hair looks amazing. You'd be like, oh, it's the product we use, but we can't sell it to you and we can't tell you what it is. Now we just want to give them
Give them the information.
everything, don't we? Yeah, all right. Let's go to the next slide, number 11. We are nearly done. All right, so what did we just learn, our objectives? Not going too fast.
That's great.
Everyone's understanding. It's pretty straightforward. I've really worked from your service system, but I want to enforce how important it is for us to keep updating our knowledge and our skills, okay? Whether it's with trends and fashion and how we find it, or whether it's our legislations and our WH&S and our laws, okay? So what we did, we learnt where, how to access information on our industry and our workplace structure. We learnt some important keys to a successful day, to our running of our salon, didn't we? So some of those things we don't think about all the time, you know, like, but Libby sits there and she makes sure that the structure is there so that everyone's happy and wants to come to work, okay? How information can assist and enhance your own personal sales, your client retention, and all-round happiness, okay? So if you're not happy, clients aren't going to be happy, are they? They're not going to want to come back. All right, let us open up our workbooks, please. We're going to do question 4, 5, 6, and 7. All right, what are some of the skills required to make a great hairdresser or barber?
Listening,
Listening skills.
training,
Training skills, Leanne.
communication.
Communication skills.
Honesty.
Honesty, good one.
Attention to detail.
Attention to detail, fantastic. Eliza, what have you?
See
What do you think?
how much time's
What do you need to know how to do? As a first year apprentice, I know this is a bit harder for you, but do you think that you might need to be good at?
You need to be kind to your clients so that when they'll want to come back and not leave bad reviews.
Fantastic.
Because if they leave bad reviews online, then people might see it and they won't want to come, and they can also spread it and say, don't come to this salon.
Fantastic, very good.
That's stuff on everything. And I mean, recording it, he only does half hour videos.
Okay, that's fine. We can stop it and then, yeah, okay. Thank you for letting me know. That's the last thing I want to do is keep going. We're nearly done, so that's really good. Okay, so question 4. We need good communication skills. We need good verbal skills, so we need to be able to talk, don't we? Technical skills, so we need to be able to cut and colour and foil and massage really well at the basin, because that's the best part. We need good listening. We need good knowledge of our industry, from WH&S to our technical skills. We need to know how the salon runs professionally. You know, we need to keep our boss happy. And if our boss is happy, we're happy. If we're happy, our boss is happy. Okay, we need to be honest. We need to be caring. We need to be creative out of everything, don't we? Okay. Question 5. From a business perspective, how would you let customers know where your salon is? So how do we advertise, don't we?
Social media.
Social media, excellent.
Flyers,
Flyers, good one there.
coupons, radio.
Coupons, radio,
Word of mouth.
word of mouth, internet, radio, TV. Pretty basic stuff, isn't it? It has changed. I mean, you used to get a lot more pamphlets in the mail, but you know, it's more now word of mouth and online, isn't it? Okay. You're right to move on. Question number 6. What are some examples of things we might need to know about when working in the salon, so like the day-to-day stuff.
Emergencies and how to handle it.
Excellent. Emergencies, how to handle them. We need to know about
Regulations.
regulations,
Procedures.
procedures,
WHS.
WHS, good one, Olivia. And what about things just like pay structure, holidays? This is all comes into the running of the salon, doesn't it? Opening and closing times. So we can tell our clients, yeah, so Tuesdays we start at 10, we don't start at 9. So we need to give our clients all the information about the business, don't we? Excellent. All right, so next. All right. Next slide, are we right to move on? Let's keep going. So how does new knowledge and skills assist with sales and service duties? So what does it do for your clients if you're up to date and you've got new information?
Bookings.
Rebooking, retention. What does it give them? It gives them
Satisfaction.
satisfaction, it gives them up-to-date trends, it inspires them, doesn't it? It makes them want to come back. It creates
Happiness.
happiness, trust, confidence. Fantastic. And then you can get your bonuses, Matt?
Yeah, your
Maybe.
retail and targets. With all the knowledge and your skill, you do your retail and target.
Totally, and it creates a creative workplace for everyone, doesn't it? So if we're getting this new information in, people get inspired, so then suddenly the salon's just a little bit of a change. It's like when you learn a new cut or a new technique, suddenly everyone's buzzing, aren't they? And they're like, wow. And there's just that little shift within any workplace, you know, if there's a little change, it just creates that little shift. Excellent, all right. Let's move on. Is everyone okay?
Yeah.
All right. Lovely. Let me just get my little. Okay, so we've debriefed. Oh, we're on to this one. All right. Let's talk about different career paths. So we don't just have to be hairdressers in a salon, do we, or a barber in a salon? Can anyone tell me what other career paths you think that?
TV, films.
Excellent, yeah, good one, Mel.
Looking for the Kardashians.
Working for the Kardashians. Wouldn't that
That
be
would be
lovely?
crazy.
Would it be lovely?
No.
Yeah, anyway, I'm going to
Like
keep my
them,
mouth.
but no, I wouldn't want to work for them.
Exactly, imagine having to do KK's hair every day. You'd be
Oh.
like, that little bit of hair is other place, isn't it?
Yeah.
What else can we do?
Stage and theatre.
Stage and theatre. Fantastic, what else?
Like move into a training or educating role.
Excellent, yeah, and that's exactly where I've taken my career and loving it. So yeah. Anything else anyone can think of?
Sales rep.
Yeah.
Sales reps, yeah, good one. Yeah, so you're not actually, you could just be selling, you know, you've got your knowledge of your products, don't you? And you just, and you get to travel and that'd be really fun. You're not just stuck in the one area. All right. So I've got up on the slides, you can see, so we've got, what about working on a cruise ship? You could be an educator, you could become a manager, fashion shows, TV. One of the most fascinating things I found when I was looking up some information was you could work in a prison and you could actually cut people's hair in a prison. You could work in an older people's home, so a retirement village. Educator, teacher. All right, so where can we find info on career paths and types of careers?
Seek.com.au.
Seek, so the internet, isn't that right? So the internet's a big one. Where else can we find information on where, if we want to change, or where?
Newspaper,
Newspaper?
job advertising. Yeah.
Good one, Jen.
There's lots of online courses that
Yep.
you can look up, just Google, and you can look into different TAFEs or online universities,
That's correct.
so you can still work, study, or just study full time and not work,
Yeah.
just to get qualifications faster.
Yeah. What about word of mouth too, like from other stylists or, you know, your co-employees as well, and industry specialists. So Pam, one of the reps, might come in and go, oh, Jen, you'd be great as a rep. And Jen might go, yeah, I've kind of been thinking about a change. So you know, communicating word of mouth with the specialists in our
And all
industry.
their hair expos every year when they have it. Well, they do Sydney one year and Melbourne the next, but Hair Expo, you have a lot of vendors, a lot of new products, a lot of different ideas. Yeah.
Good one, because it's good to have goals and aspirations, isn't it?
Well, we just
Sometimes-
went, it was just on the other weekend. Yeah, we were
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, beautiful. And it's inspiring, isn't it?
Yes.
You know, and it kind of opens your mind up a little bit. Okay, let's go to our workbook and do question 8 and 9. Okay, so what are some examples of career paths that we can look into if we want to?
Working on a cruise ship.
Cruise ships,
Educator.
educator,
TV stylist.
TV, fantastic. What about the one that I mentioned that I thought was a bit
Prisons.
in a prison? Interesting
You forget about
clients.
that, wouldn't you? You just
Yeah.
forget that, they would need
Yeah.
haircuts.
They do, absolutely.
Wow.
Yeah, maybe there's a little business
They
on
might-
for that.
Hopefully they
Oh.
might pay a bit more.
It's not a job I'd like to do in prison. Oh no.
No,
They scare me.
I know, imagine that. They would have to be handcuffed,
Yeah,
wouldn't
you
they?
would think.
Oh, they'd have to have some security. I think
The
just
chair.
with the guards there with, I don't know if they carry weapons in prisons, I've never been in a prison, but if they're standing there with a weapon, like to
Yeah.
guard and the prisoners sort of really,
Imagine.
I would be a bit nervous,
Mhm.
like going,
Yeah.
oh my goodness.
Totally.
One day you wouldn't dull yourself up too much to go to work.
You probably wouldn't. You probably wouldn't. Maybe you go in disguise just in case. That lady came and gave me a bad haircut. Even for them, they recognise when they get it.
Oh,
Yeah. And then we've got old, you know, retirement villages, things like that, don't we? So we could become, we could work on TV, we could do stage, couldn't we? We could
Business
go to hospitals even, couldn't we? Like that
Yeah.
would be a rewarding job as well. And just even volunteer. So, something to think about. Number 9. So where do we find information on different career choices and paths?
employment agency.
Employment agencies.
internet?
Internet, good one, Eliza.
Industry specialist.
Industry
Yeah.
specialists.
Hair expos, like I said before.
Expos. Totally. Even training courses. Like
Even your
educated.
bridal expos as well, their hair and makeup facilities as well.
Yeah, you bet. Recruitment, even trade magazines sometimes can advertise as well. Newspapers, social media, word of mouth. You know, it's always, I think most of my jobs were always kind of word of mouth. Oh, such and such is looking for a new
Yeah.
stylist. Oh, you know such and such. Oh, well, you've got the job, you know. So, all right. We all good? Excellent. Okay, let's move on. We are going to debrief what we just learned and then we are done. All right, so today's first session, we covered these objectives. So we used our computers, didn't we? So you know how and where to find information, don't you? So you can get on the internet and have a bit of a squizzy on your laws, your regulations, and also the fun stuff, look up new trends. We used the internet, so we conducted and we learnt research skills on relevant sources of information, and we looked at industry structure, which then gave us newfound knowledge and skills to use within our daily operations in the Just Liberated workplace. So we were talking about always keeping up with new trends, how we make the clients happy, how we're happy, how Libby's happy, and we just have that nice circle, don't we, where everyone's happy. We then looked at what career paths are available to us within the industry and how we can enhance the quality and performance of our work. Okay, any questions? Is that pretty straightforward?
Yeah, that's good.
That's good? All right, so what we're going to do right now is I just want to go around, just so I can hear a little bit of knowledge that you learnt today. Just something simple, you know. It could just be that you learnt that you could get a job in working in a prison, okay? Just some new information, and you can say that. You can say that. I just want to keep it simple. I don't want people to feel like they have to give me 20 sentences on something they learned today. So, would anyone like to go first, so I just don't go? Eliza.
Today I learned that because I've never really been someone who's been interested in working in prison because I always find it a bit scary. So today I basically learned that in prison you can do a job that's not as scary as being a police guard. So I think that's pretty interesting for me.
I agree. Fantastic. Very good.
Just to change your work, if you want to not be a hairdresser in a business anymore, you can be an educator, do some training, be a TAFE teacher. There's different avenues for, I mean, I'm still young, but as I'm going up to 50 or 60, if I'm still in this industry, I don't think I'd be on the floor at 50, 60 years old. Like, I'd need a different avenue, but because I still love my job, I'd want to still do something in that industry. But there's lots of other options which I never really actually thought about until listening today.
Yeah, and you have so much knowledge to give. Being a senior stylist for a long time, you actually don't realise the knowledge you've gained over the years that you can share with people, or new knowledge to be learned as well. We've always got to keep updating our knowledge, don't we? And that's why I'm here today. Okay, Jen, what did you learn today? Anything just...
Yeah, I learned that you could look up online the work health and safety website.
Yeah.
That, it would be, excuse me, like really useful to find information.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
And even if nothing's changed, just to know yourself that you can just jump on.
Just type it in and it comes up.
Fantastic, thanks. Leanne, what did you learn? Something small.
I learnt that yes, I could work in a hospital and give back to volunteer and
Yeah. Be pretty rewarding, wouldn't it, when you really think about it? Because as stylists, we just get caught in the day. We're in the salon and we just keep doing that. We don't actually think outside the box sometimes. Fantastic. Matt, what did you learn today?
That you, by keeping up to date, you have the power to influence people and make them feel to fit in with the latest trends.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's what I learned.
And barbering trends have changed so much. I mean, look at the bearding styling and the moustache styling, and then, you've got yours nicely shaped today as well. And, but to also know when long hair's in for men or short, and go, hey, we've been short for this time. Let's take it a bit longer maybe. So, Jeremy, what did you learn today?
Well, actually, how influential the hair industry is.
Yeah. To all parts of the world, really.
Yeah.
Like, people are watching us, aren't they?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Fantastic. Olivia, what did you learn today?
Just all the different ways you can advertise your business in all these different ways.
Yeah, it's really important, isn't it? Especially if you're the business owner. Like, you really, if you don't have people coming in, sitting on the chairs, you're not going to have a business for long, are you? So, excellent. And it's up to us as stylists too, to make sure we're getting the word out. So if we're out for dinner and someone goes, oh, I like your hair, go, I work it, just liberated. Or even take business cards with you when you're out. So you're advertising your salon. Okay. What I'm going to do now, and that was very good, by the way, thank you for all participating. I'm going to hand out some feedback sheets, if you could just quickly fill them out for me. Okay. And be honest, and be critical, and be nice. Thank you. So I'll give you a little bit of time just to do that. Thank you all for coming. Don't look up, keep doing your stuff, and so you can get home to all your loved ones. I appreciate you having me today.
I don't want to go.
You don't? We can keep going. You've all participated really well, and I thank you for that. By getting on your computers, I know it can be a bit daunting, and actually having to speak to a stranger, which I am, but hopefully in the next session, you'll see that I'm trying to make this as simple and as fun as possible. There's no stress. It's very, very cruisy, very informative. And next session, we are going to source and use information on legal and ethical issues. So a little bit of legal stuff, but we'll keep it fun and informative. So when you're done, no rush, just leave your info on the table, that's all good. You can leave your workbooks, I can collect them for the next one too. Leave your legislations if you want, or take them home, but we will need them for the next session, so it's up to you. So either leave them or take them, just make sure they're here, please, for the next session. Alright, so thank you for having me. I will see you on Wednesday at around 10 a.m. So we'll continue. Okay, we've only got 3 sessions. We'll keep them short, we'll keep them sweet, so you can get home to your loved ones. And make sure you do some baking. Enjoy my recipe. And thanks again for having me. I'll see you Wednesday.
Thank you.
Thank you.